Okay, well, somehow this playthrough of Persona got over to discussing Xenoblade Waifu tier lists. So, Sojiro, we're gonna hang out with you in a hot second, but first, we have other things that we're doing. We have other things that we're doing here. Let's put on the winter stream playlist here. Is what we'll do. Boopity bop. There we go. Make sure it's on shuffle. Audio level looks pretty alright there. Alright. So, what do we have here? This is just the link that... I should switch my category to just chatting. Is what I should do on Twitch here. Really quickly. I'm not gonna bother changing the stream title from the Persona stuff, I don't think. Because we're gonna change it back after a little bit here anyway. Right? So what's going on here? Why is there an ad for Legends Arceus? Is it just the female characters though? Can I not rank Zeke? Gosh dang it, this is rigged. I'm already mad. I'm already ticked off. I'm gonna adjust my volume here a little bit. That's the thing. Oh yeah, I was showing the YouTube studio there before. Doing the tier list. It's what the people want to see, I guess. That'd be the husbando tier list. You can't just put them all in one thing, Bob. I honestly forgot characters like you even existed. We did Xenoblade Chronicles X earlier this year, I know. But I honestly forgot that you even existed, and I, wait, the bottom one in this is Lolly tier? Not... So wait, is this just like... So is it just like, these are the tiers, and this is like out of the park, the complete outside, essentially, is a thing? I don't even remember your name. But you're one ugly bitch is a thing. They're putting Neo from Xenoblade 3. I mean, Neo from Xenoblade 3 is just a kid. What are you talking about? Xenoblade 2? She's not even a kid in that, I don't think. Like, it's not established how old she is, but as a flesh eater, like, isn't it pretty much implied that she's, like, you know, probably older than most of the cast is a thing? But yeah, anyway. So what are we dealing with here? You know, I know most of the characters' names, but some of them I don't quite remember exactly. Wait, is this the other one then? More characters if you want, and there's that. I don't even remember you. Holy crap. Turners! Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm dying here. Hold on. Let's take a vote. Let's take a vote. Tier list A or tier list B? Which are we doing here? And wait, does this one include X? Whoa, wait here. Because this is 1. And then 2. And then we go right. This one doesn't even include X, though, is the thing. It's the case. Name the tiers yourself, by the way. Okay. So that can go in there. I like the increased options, but there's no X here. You know? Yeah, it is faster to get through. Is it, some of these are pretty funny, though. Is the case. It does have Zeke. It doesn't have any X characters, so it's missing a vital title, though. You know? Is the case. It lists the 2 forms of Elma separately. That's interesting. So, what order do we want to go through them in here? It also has X. Does it? It has freaking Mobius DJ. It has X? Does it? I don't see X. Wait, oh, you're just saying like this, the A has X, is what you're saying, Esper's Eyes. I thought, oh. I was thinking the character X from Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. My goodness gracious, I'm getting so mixed up. Oh, man. This is probably just a, oh, that's just characters tier list maker. It's not necessarily a... Okay. I'm just gonna do this one really quickly. Okay. Okay. Let's do that. I don't quite remember you from one. You were one of the benches that hated Melia. I'm fairly certain was the case, right? You, not memorable here. Freaking Vanea here was in an interesting circumstance where everyone thought that she was going to become like a new playable party member in Definitive Edition. And then she just wasn't. And it was like, what the heck? So when we're considering the tiers here, we have to consider She's a freaking robot. She has permanent, like, high heels at all times that look insanely sharp and genuinely dangerous, you know? Like, I would be a little bit sketched out about that. You've got the whole weird thingamabob going on around the head for a Machina character. So, I would be pretty hard-pressed to be putting Vinea all that high here, quite frankly. Like, if I was generous, I'd probably do that, but the question is, how generous are we gonna be here? Because I'm gonna be not as generous. If anyone has any petition for putting her up higher, I'll hear petitions, you know, as well do. Are you just like the newer look for Melia? Is that what I'm missing here? No, there's Melia right there. Who the— oh, you're, what's her face? Gosh dang it. The person that had barely any time in main game Xenoblade Chronicles 1, but then, came into more of a picture in the Future Connected chapter. Oh, why am I forgetting your name? Oh, I forget it. That just means that you're not that memorable there. No objection there. In the, I'm pretty sure in, like, base game, if you did all the quests and stuff, it actually showed, like, one high Entia flying with wings. Being her. What's her name? Oh, gosh darn it. I sent you a very extremely cursed Xenoblade 2 video that I highly encourage you to take a look at? What? My computer's so slow, I might not even be able to check Discord here. Oh, I clicked the thing. Bob. I've seen this. Of, all the models being changed to, Nia. Is the case. This thing. What is going on over here, by the way? Stop! I hit Alt-Tab. Look how much my computer's lagging. This is what happens when you have a Windows update queued up. This is how slow my computer is right now. But I have seen it before. I don't think I can even see it right now because my computer's so laggy at the moment. I've seen it before and it's pretty funny. I really like when Zeke goes to get turned. So it's like the normal models here, like with the hood and stuff. But then the moment that they unhood, they become Nia. Is the case. Was that what you thought it was? You're gonna get banned? It was wrestling. It wasn't what you thought it was. It was some like wrestling match. Thankfully. Also, for whatever reason, I guess I actually have 3 thingamabobs right now. Or I guess it's 2 here. Hold on. Does anyone else have this issue in Discord recently where there's like an extra ping at all times? If I see the ping in the, yeah, so that's separate. If I take out the ping from the server, I guess someone sent me a friend request and a message request. That's 2. There's 3. For the past month now, I have constantly had a 1 notification here at all times. It doesn't appear down here. I guess it's showing a 1 for, you know, this stuff right now. But, you know, it would always show a 1 here, even though there's no message request, there's no friend request, there's no nothing. Does anyone have that happen to them? Because it's been stressing me out recently. Yeah, is it racist to say that all the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 characters look the same to you? I mean, they do kind of there. What is your name? Xenoblade Chronicles characters. I actually don't remember your name, which probably means you're gonna get low tier. Is this even worth a... With how slow my computer is right now? Oh, gross. I went to an IGN one. No. Gosh dang it. Now the music's lagging because I loaded up another web page. No. I don't remember you. You were the bitch that hated Melia and then stopped hating Melia and became, like, friendly later. Like, I'm not gonna say you're out of the rankings completely here, but, you know, you're not really gonna be all that high because you're not at all that memorable, you know, is the case. Right-click mark as red if you can. I can't right-click direct messages and mark as red there. Yeah, except some people like Jin who look really out of place. There was a completely different team designing the costumes for the tournament characters. Did they? Was it? I'm pretty sure it was wrestling, right? It was what I'm pretty sure I saw. I can double check here. I can double check in a different tab. I'm pretty darn sure it wasn't. Let's see here. Let's watch the current stream. Is the case. Let me double check here. So if I skip ahead a whole bunch, the thingamabob that was playing up there after the thingamabob with Legends Arceus. Alright, so skip ahead a whole bunch. I have to make sure now. It was wrestling. It was wrestling. Stop saying that it's something that it wasn't. Look, it was wrestling. That's what it was. Stop trying to fool me out here. It was a wrestling match. It was whatever the heck that is. Okay. Moving it back. There wasn't that. Alright, on to the next one. I feel like Charlotte is like an easy, like, debate for people to just be like, ah, yes, up here. That's an easy pitfall to fall into. That's, when, I'm now noticing my Switch is still on. I'm gonna put it in sleep mode. When, I would say maybe not so much. How are you doing today, Reggie Bump? Welcome to the first time we've ever done anything like this. Don't ask me how this came on, but this suddenly came on. But yeah, yeah, I was a little bit worried, but yeah, it was wrestling there. But yeah, a lot of people might just immediately go to like, oh yeah, let's just put her into S tier. No, that's an easy pitfall to fall into. I would not be doing that myself. You know, she is probably the weakest character in the cast of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 out of like the 7 party members, in my opinion. Probably like my least favorite out of the 7. She's constantly on about like Juju not being able to ride his buggy and meh. Just let the kiddo do his thingamabobs. I don't know. Go let him draw parallels to crucifixion in Zord's area. That's a thing that happens in Xenoblade 1, by the way. Xenoblade loves its religious references. I don't know. I'm just gonna put you here, is what I'm gonna do. But above what's her face is the thing. She's one of the few characters that has a character arc after her introduction, though. I mean, there is the whole, like, plot with Gato and stuff like that, but, you know, it feels very much that it's like, you know, here's the character introduction, then she basically has, like, no importance for most of the game, then she has importance during the section with Gato and Jadeface, and then once that's concluded, she goes back to having, like, no importance anymore. Unlike a character that actually continues to have importance throughout the course of the plot. So, and that's something that I feel like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 suffers from in a lot of cases as well. So, that's where I'm going there. You know, all JRPGs love their religious references. That's fair there. That's fair there. Alright, next up is, the girl with the gall, who, you gotta admit, you know, the amount of times that you hear the girl with the gall. I have in my going live folder a thingamabob here, if I find it. I know that I've posted it for going live one day. I don't know if I can, like, reasonably find it, because I have a lot of, Xenoblade 3 memes on my computer. Gosh dang it, I might not be able to find it. Gosh dang it. It should be pretty early, though, right? Well. Maybe maybe I can't find it. This isn't the one that I was looking for, but here's a different one. Here's the thing. There's a different one right there. Not actually the one that I was looking for, but there's that. And yeah, it can be a bit irksome to hear sometimes. Yeah, but you know, that's a fair point there. She's tan and she has fire hair. The hair is really cool. It has the Bridget effect going on there. Yeah, she didn't have a whole lot of character moments, but you know, the doggy's twitching in her sleep. She's conked out over here. And she's probably dreaming about, like, running or something. Did she stop twitching the moment I put the camera on her? Oh, well. Oh, well, there. You know, even though the subplot didn't last very long, it kind of came up in Chapter 5, and then, you know, was concluded in that same chapter, and touched on a little bit in Side Story Senna, even though that one focused a lot more on Gondor and Shania was the case. I still generally liked the subplot line of a character that, this is a little bit loud, that, you know, is looking up to another as a role model, and, you know, might be taking it a little bit too far and losing her individuality. And that's something that I can find relatable, because it's something that I, you know, experienced when I was growing up through, like, junior high and high school, where, you know, I got a lot more social anxiety, and I was starting to, you know, start to mimic others around me to an extent. I don't think that I put her in, like, the top tier, but I'll put her up there in B tier, or whatever the heck this is here. Alright, next up, Xenoblade 2. I feel like, is Mythra here? Mythra's here as well. This is a complicated one, because you kind of have to deal with them as, like, one system, where it's, like, the two personality types of the same character. That's actually done in a really, really interesting way in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like, especially, oh, the doggy woke up, and now she's doing a big stretch. Oh. Where, especially after you play the Torna DLC, where it's like, wow, that's really interesting how, you know, Mythra became afraid of the power that she wields and is like, I'm gonna seal this away so that, you know, it can't be used again. And have all these negative thoughts and stuff, and basically have Pyra be the embodiment of everything that, you know, she imagines other people expect her to be, rather than what she actually is, you know? So, like, Mythra sucks at cooking, so this alter ego, Pyra, is great at cooking. Mythra is, like, super mean and stuff, so Pyra is super affectionate and, you know, caring to people. And I think that it's a really cool dynamic, and I really like the way that the character was handled in the games there. It's not that complicated, to be honest. Mythra is vastly superior waifu. You know, when I first played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 when it came out in 2017, I would have initially said Pyra. But then on, like, taking more time to reflect on it, and, you know, play the games through more, and have played Torna the Golden Country, and see this whole situation where it's like Pyra is the embodiment of what she expects other people to imagine herself as, then I've changed my mind. I think I've changed my mind now. But I do very much like the character dynamic. I am gonna be the dudo that does that, and assuming that left is higher, yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Both best girl, throw Numa up there. Oh wait, is that there? Oh yeah, that's there too. What? Why? Oh, where? Okay. I don't know. Who's that chick from the Torna DLC? What? Is she here? Talking. Why is your name escaping me? You're freaking Jin's. Why? It's on the tip of my tongue. Gosh dang it. Ah! How the heck do I remember Hayes' name, but I don't remember yours? When you were Hayes' driver. And there's Hayes right there. How the heck? It's like 5 letters, right? I'm fairly certain. My brain is telling me it's a 5-letter name. Why am I forgetting it? What is going on here? Name is Chin's love interest. It's that. He had a small crush on her once way back then, but it was only when he played the game the first time. What, Xenoblade 2 or Torna the Golden Country? Because, you know, she's like the main playable character of Torna the Golden Country. I feel so dumb right now. I actually feel so dumb. Like, I'm recovering from being sick. I'm not, you know, I'm not coughing all that much anymore, but I'm recovering from being sick. Laura. Why? It is Laura. My brain was telling me that it was L, and it was also telling me that it was 5 letters. That's 4 letters rather than 5. But I'm fairly certain that it was Laura. Or at least something really similar, right? No. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's close, at least. Torna the Golden Country. If I just... Laura. That was one of the common search things, right? It is freaking that! Gosh dang it. Well, anyway. Yeah. There was that. I'm so sorry that I blanked on that. That's something that I should have absolutely known. Like, not knowing character names like this, you know, that's excusable. Laura's, you know, not there. Alright, on next to Poppy. The final form of Poppy, honestly, I'm gonna do it. Also, she has a freaking scarf. Scarves are awesome, you know? Like, can't go wrong with that. The other forms of Poppy are like, you know, would I do this here too? Or just like this? Like, what would I do here? I might just do that. I don't know. Just because it's kind of weird. And Poppy Buster? Add Poppy Busters. Can you add images? It's been so... Wow. This is very festive, whatever's playing right now. This is a QMU Diddy Kong Racing Frosty Village remix. That's hella festive and stuff. You know? This is gonna be my gift to all the fans of the Xenoblade series is on the channel, is the fact that we're suddenly doing this. Now, Petroka, how the heck do I remember Petroka's name, but not Laura's? Petroka, honestly, you know, Petroka's another mean character like Mithra, but Mithra, you know, she's a lot more of a character that, you know, you can understand and has her moments. Petroka's just a mean bish, just straight up, you know? Like, she's, you know? She's just mean in a not even charming way, in my opinion. So either here or just here. I'll be generous and just do this, since not in this kind of territory, I guess. I'll be generous. Yeah, I gotta add Mio with long hair in here too. Mio's already here. Let's just pretend that's long-haired Mio. Puppy's one of the best characters, but you can't waifu any of them. Yeah, I guess if you're saying that. Okay, if you're gonna bring that to light. If we're gonna talk about that. But you know, if we're gonna talk about that, then you can also talk about like the whole weird thing about with age going on in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. You know, is the case. So because of the whole weirdness with Xenoblade Chronicles 3, we're just gonna go into the territory assuming that, you know, everyone here is, you know, 18 up. Alright, up next is freaking Pandoria. Yeah, it's just Laura's name, who I forgot for some reason.
Show me a move. Good boy, putting Mithra on the top.
Sorry, dropping a $50 donation. Good boy, putting Mithra on the top. I appreciate the $50 donation there, Shara. What the heck? That is a lot of dollaroos to be dropping there. I gotta skip to the next music theme. This is way too festive. I know this is the winter stream playlist, but this is way too much so. Let's get some winter vibes and stuff. I mean, we could go to... What other stream playlist would be fitting for this kind of thing? I don't know. I do greatly appreciate the 50 bucks to start. That is actually a lot to be dropping there. Alright, Pandoria. Music's playing, right? Okay, music's playing. Just that last theme was kind of loud was all. We've got some Insane in the Rain music, Sea Folk Village Night stuff. I can turn up my thingamabob there. Alright, Pandoria. Pandoria gives off a lot of the same energy as Zeke. I wouldn't say it's quite on the same level as Zeke, but it's close. It is definitely close. Well, we won't be able to listen to just one theme for like the entire time. So, you know, I very much appreciate, you know, the over-exaggerated actions that she does along with Zeke. And, you know, the flair for the dramatic. But also, you know, seeing times in the story where she does, you know, really, really care and stuff. And I really love the thing that they did with her glasses, where it's like you can't see her eyes for most of it, but once you get to see, like, the real character that's underneath the glasses, it's like the glasses unfog, and you see her there. That was really cool. That was really neato. But if we're gonna be talking about physically here, there's the whole weird thing going on with, like, light bulb joints. You know? Like, hold on, let's see here. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Pandoria. Let's see here. Like, there's the whole weird thing going on with, like, the shoulders is just, like, light bulbs. You've got, like, light bulbs on the feet and stuff. You're so fragile, you know? And, you know, you're always gonna be worried about getting, you know, glass cuts, worst case scenario, you know? So, while I do love Pandoria as a character, that's gonna impede her from being at the top of the top. I'm probably gonna do this, is what I think here. Like, I think that seems probably pretty fair. Looks like they did the two forms of Nia separately. I'll just, you know, put them together, but the long-haired one above the other one. Let's face it, freaking Welsh Cat here, and Nia as a character in 2. Honestly, here. Actually, honestly, probably this, right? What do you mean no? What do you mean no? What are you... What? What? What do you mean? But yeah, since she's got light bulbs everywhere, they're always like, where are you getting this info from, Kuzma? She's probably older than most of the party in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. is the case. She's a flesh eater that's lived for who knows how long. Nishara coming out of nowhere, gifting 5 more subs. My good gracious. I appreciate the 5 gifted subs there, Nishara. Welcome in/back to Team Inharmonic, Cedo, Regibump, Enor, what? Retorix, and Awkward Hylian. Yes, the cat deserves S tier. I'm getting financially rewarded for the correct choices here. Is that what's going on here? I greatly appreciate the 5 gifted subs. Alright, next up, Murderous. Why am I remembering names like this? But I forgot Laura. Murderous, freaking, you know, I never did all the Affinity missions of Xenoblade Chronicles X. You know, Xenoblade Chronicles X is one of those playthroughs where it's like, we could come back at some point. My computer's so slow today, is the case. I might actually reward for correct choices here. I mean, how dare y'all? Nia's the best. Hold on, let's see here. Xenoblade Chronicles X, we didn't do all the thingamabobs. But, you know, it's in a state where it's like, we can come back and do more if we want to. I ended it off at, like, part 136 or something like that. There's the old stuff from 2018 as, like, bonus episodes. And I left it open being like, hey, if I have the time and I'm feeling spicy, we could come back to this. Because there is still plenty of content that we can do here and plenty of affinity quests and stuff. So we did Murderous's first affinity quest, but we didn't do the second one. And I wouldn't remember if I would have almost certainly done the second one back in the day. I almost 100% of the game back in the day. But I wouldn't remember, like, late 2015 to early 2016. That would have been too long. So, I think your character sort of gets redeemed from being mean, but, you know, my memory of it isn't exactly the greatest right now. So, you know, maybe I don't have the best information at the moment, but I can't help but feel like you're in a similar boat as Petroka here, where, you know, best I can do is probably something like that. Yeah, don't judge people liking Welsh cats. Yeah. Good decision equals white, bad decision equals begging. Is that what's going on there? But yeah, this is best but not waifu material. Wait, what are you talking about? Adult Nia, she looks the exact same across both games. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm so confused. Alright, next we're going to Morag over here. Now Morag, you know, this is the culmination of years of training, you know. Morag is a hella powerful. She's a badass, let's face it. She's hella powerful. She wields dual swords, which is hella cool. And, you know, she's, you know, the commander of Moradane and wields the most powerful blade, Bridget of Moradane, or whatever the heck Azurda was saying in that one thing, Bob. Nia clearly needs to go higher, not lower. You know, I'm in debate about whether I'd put Nia higher there, honestly. Is a thing. It's close. I will say that's close. Yeah, Morag's cooking skills are only challenged by Mithra's. Was that a character trait as well that I've kind of forgotten about? Was being not so great at cooking. was the thing though. But anyway, Morag's a freaking badass. A commander there. He has dual swords, and dual swords are hella cool. I gotta put Morag at least here. Is the thing. Right? Would I... Weird. Would I... What? I don't know. It's close, but I gotta put Morag at least up there, honestly. My research, Nia was originally a blade, indeedly do. She's a ridiculous age, given that she's not a human, on top of later becoming a flesh eater. So that deciding is something she's a child despite not having a personality like one is body shaming her because she's not overly busty. Exactly! But yeah. At the end of the tier list, on the top 3, you have to do a kill, fuck, marry. If they're, you know, this is kill here already. Same here. I mean, we'll see here. Oh yeah, her swords were whip blades as well. That's a good point. It was like the sword of the creator, where they were freaking whip swords. But I guess you could say that those were Bridget swords, to be fair. I guess, if you wanted to, like, really press a case there. Alright, well, next up, Mio, and this is going to be long-haired Mio here. Now, as I'm going to be discussing in the eventual Xenoblade Chronicles 3 video essay, the music still looks a tiny smidge loud on it. This is Blizzard Island remastered from some Explorers of Sky. Can I find a good middle ground for the music? Something like this. I don't know, something like that. Let's assume that's long-haired Mio, because long-haired Mio is better. Okay, fight me. as I'll be discussing in my video essay for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I feel like Noah really didn't show a massive ton of emotion in the plot of Xenoblade 3. A lot of the time he felt kind of like Mark Zuckerberg. Like, not always. There were times he showed emotion, but, you know, throughout the plot, like, I'm used to a Xenoblade protagonist getting very emotional, like Shulk or Rex. Whereas in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, it wasn't Noah that was getting really emotional. It was Mio, which made sense for her circumstances with, you know, the dwindling time that's running out there. And, you know, I honestly, when I was, you know, in my head thinking, like, who do I see as, like, the most flagship kind of protagonist here, essentially? Like, who is the most relatable? Who's the most characterized? I honestly felt that it was so much more Mio than Noah, honestly. Like, I much preferred her as a character over Noah, is the case. It's a fair point there. So I actually really liked Mio as a character in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I feel like after everything was kind of solved after Chapter 5 leading into Chapter 6, that, you know, we didn't see as much emotion from it. I guess because, like, that main problem is solved and it's not as necessary and the main big thing to be emotional over is done. But, you know, she was probably my favorite character in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, honestly. Like, that opinion might change. We shall see. Or maybe she's, like, second favorite behind Triton, you know, or something like that. I don't know. But she was up there. So I'd have to immediately at least go here. But do we go above Nia, though, is the question. You know, she gets a lot more of a spotlight in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 than Nia does in 2, right? Is the case. So, that's probably fair enough, right? But better than 70% Welsh. But yeah, from Mio, Mary, Killer, fuck. Mary. I'd say. And then we have, what this was, oh, what's her face? Mia, I think, right? Mia. It's a Mia from Xenoblade Chronicles X here. If you keep on doing her side quests, she becomes like a recruitable character in Xenoblade Chronicles X. I don't think we got that far, actually. We encounter her many times in Xenoblade Chronicles X, but I don't think that we actually, you know, recruited you proper. Definitely a bit of a klutz. Winds up in, like, the weirdest, trickiest situations. So that's gotta be a whole lot to deal with. You know, and also, Guzman, you can probably tell from said tier list is also the case. But yeah, I mean, you made this tier list based on liking them as a character and thinking their design is cool, not Smash Ability. I'm doing a mix of both as a thing. Just because you really like a character doesn't mean you're ultra horny for them. Don't know you're hot, Guzman. Mix of both here. Like, I'm not necessarily putting one all the way above the other, is the case. But, you know, you have to consider with Mia here. If you're, you know, in a relationship with Mia, you're gonna be finding yourself in, like, the most unlucky situations imaginable, you know, and gonna be constantly getting screwed over. So, you know, Mia's a charming character and stuff, but there's some serious consequences here, you know? There's some serious consequences here. I'm probably gonna just do that. That's probably the best I can do there. With Mio being slightly better than Mia. Mio would probably punch you around. Mio's way nicer. Yeah, Mio's a whole lot nicer of a character there, a lot more considerate. Melia, this is where things get kind of interesting and stuff. You got, you know, your heart really goes out for Melia. She probably goes through the most pain in the entire Xenoblade Chronicles series. You know, she has to go out and prove herself, kill the Telethia, and then her 4 guards all die, and it's like, well, that sucks. And then she goes and, you know, joins with Shulk's party, and then goes back to the capital, and it's like, oh, you still didn't prove yourself well enough, go do this trial. And then she goes and does the trial, and Shulk and the party have to save her because, you know, the trial's rigged against her, and there's some crazy benches that want to kill her and stuff. And then, like, when you go do Prison Island, Metalface shows up and freaking stabos her daddo, and he dies, and now she's all, you know, pent on revenge against him. She, winds up, you know, continuing on the adventure because, you know, 1, she wants to, you know, go have adventure and stuff. 2, she wants to get revenge on Metalface as well for killing her daddo. 3, she wants to fuck Shulk. 4, proving herself to the high end. She has a lot of reasons for heading out. But one of the reasons of smashing the Monado boy doesn't even happen because you know, she knows that he had a childhood friend that was out of the picture because she died. So it's like, aha! I have a chance! And it's just like, get pranked immediately after as Fiora comes back into the picture. And, you know, she takes it like a queen. You know, absolutely, you know, supports them even though she is kind of down in the dumps about it. And then, you know, her brother gets telethia'd. Their entire race of people that are pure-blooded get telethia'd as well, as she's betrayed yet again. That all happens, and then Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has to deal with making Origin, making sure that that's all going a-okay, winds up getting kidnapped by Zed, abducted, forced to watch through the eyes of Robo-Queen Melia, as, you know, stuff is going awful, and just watches like the world is continuing to be real bad and stuff. Apparently the Sword of the End, the sword that Noah would wield, was made with like a fraction of the Kavesi Queen's heart was brought up in a dialogue from Nia. And Noah just throws it away at the end. The special sword that was partially made by like some aspect of Melia, it's just thrown away. You know? Like, wow, as if she wasn't, you know, kick her while she's down. You know, jeez. Even Queen Nia got slammed by Rex, but not Melia. Yeah, that's what was going on there. Mecha Fiora said, "I can't let you do that, Star Fox." Yeah, there was that. But honestly, Melia is a really fascinating character that continues to have importance throughout the plot of Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Is the case. You know, if you're considering things long term, though, you also have to consider like Hyantia lifespans. Isn't she like 88 years old in the events of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 or something like that? So, you know, the whole age and Hyantia thingamabob is where things might get a little bit weird then, honestly. But, you know, is honestly a fantastic character that might otherwise be an S tier. But, you know, I might just have to do this otherwise. Just because there's freaking... What the heck is going on with the whole age situation, you know? Holy shit, Melia and Dunban both are the most maturest in the party. Yeah, they're the most mature party members. They're the oldest party members as well. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do something like that. Mayneth? What the heck with Mayneth? Also, I mean, same character here, technically. So, I mean, these two should, you know, just be grouped together, I guess. We don't know a whole lot about you. Confirmed 88. Okay, so you just look it up. We don't really... I mean, I guess she's God tier in one perspective, is the thing. She did become a literal god. Like, this is pre-god, and then this is post-god, is the thing. Like, that is fair there. That is a fair point. But, you know, I feel like we still don't really know a whole lot about the character. And we only freaking see her like this, you know, at that scene where you fight Zanza at the Mechonis head and stuff. So, you know, I feel like I'd be very hard-pressed to put you too high up on the tier list, just because we don't really know a whole lot about you, honestly. You know, I'll still, you know, we still have to acknowledge God tier. So I'll put you at the top of this. But, like, we know, like, nothing about you here. Let's do that, how about? Yeah, her real name is Galea, is the case. Mayneth Galea there. Alrighty. Next up, we have Fiora. So, but this specific... Oh, wait. Oh, these are two separate things here as well. Okay, should we deal with them separately in that case? So, I mean, Mecha Fiora, who, you know, would have the spirit of Mayneth, is pretty darn cool and pretty darn powerful, but, like, she's a freaking robot, you know? What the hell? What the heck do you do? Yeah, there might be some disadvantages. Like, we have to be realistic about this here, you know? Like, I would probably still at least put you above, you know, the characters that's like, what the hell? But, you know, I feel like we probably can't get too generous here, you know? Probably not so much. Regular Fiora, which is also, you know, the form that she goes, you know, back into at the end of the game here. You know, this is a lot more reasonable here, you know? Baby, I don't know how the heck it works. I think Mechon are just, you know, produced in a factory, basically. I don't know what the heck is going on with that. This is a lot more reasonable. And, you know, she's a character that persists throughout the game, has a you know, big part in the game. Depends which of her parts are mechanized. Oh man. Alright. But yeah, she plays a part throughout the game. She's a super supportive character and stuff who can get serious when she needs to. Wields dual knives / like dual swords like this, which is pretty cool. Like, maybe not as cool as Morag here with the freaking whip swords and stuff. So I would think I would put you up there, but not, you know, we have to consider freaking whip swords way more badass. I think, yeah, probably something like that. Maybe. I don't know. Something-ish like that. It's hard to make tier list, man. No, stop. Oh, man. You know, with the white background, white text makes it kind of difficult to read for anyone watching on YouTube after the fact. You know, what the heck? You're... Okay. How do I remember the name of... How do I not remember the name of Laura? But I remember the name of Laura Thea. Maybe she was so Maybe she was so memorable because she kept on telling me that I would pay for my insurance. Because that's her trademark line there. She's a freaking creepy bitch who's gonna get ready to stab you in the back and telepathia you, like, any second. So, like, out of the question. You want to die? You know? No. Obviously not. So, no. out of the question. No chance. So there's that. Laura, on the other hand, who I am so ashamed that I somehow forgot your name there. She's pretty darn cool. She has a freaking whip as a weapon, a fire whip to be precise. You can change it to some other weapons or some other elements, sorry, but by default it's a fire whip. And that's pretty darn cool. Let's face it. She you know, got to command the blade Jin, which is pretty darn cool. You have to admit. I feel like she doesn't get as much you know, character stuff as a lot of the other characters that we've delved into around here. I mean, we didn't really talk much about Poppy's character, but Poppy's character is, you know, really cool as well, especially at the end of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You know, hi, silly doggy. Is the case. Lore's really, really cool. We don't get as much time to understand her as a lot of these other characters just because, you know, the DLC Torn in the Golden Country, not as much time is afforded to that, and Torn in the Golden Country wasn't super duper long. She had, like, some really cool stuff going on there, though. Just, you know, it's not as memorable, and I can't, you know, speak to the details on it because, you know, it was a lot more niche, small of a adventure experience there. I had a small crush on Laura way back when. Laura is cute, let's face it. She definitely is. But where the heck will we put her here? Definitely somewhere up here, I would say. But where in the range, I wonder? Will we do, like... I think I might actually do that. Laura's what Fire Emblem will never have, a female brawler. Yeah, and that's pretty darn cool. From that, you know, now that that's brought up. I would probably say that. Would I put her above Senna? You know, I would. I think I would, actually. Is the case. Yes, you would. Yeah, right as you say that there. Lynn, freaking, no. No. Legendary voice actor. Same voice actor as Morgana. That video game that we were just playing, Persona. Yeah, same voice actor there. But she's a literal kid. To the point that when, you know, it's not even like the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 weirdness with age going on. Is a literal unquestionable kid is a thing. And that's just hella weird. To the point that apparently in Japan, her more stripped down outfits were a bit risky, let's say. So they were a lot less sexualized in the West, considering she's literally a kid, which is understandable. She has Monado hairpins, which are cool. But no, she's out of there. You know, come back in like 10 years. Yeah, we'll talk then. Gosh dang it, who were you again? You were some supporting dudo in, Xenoblade 1 here was the case, right? My goodness, I don't remember you though. But yeah, You absolutely hated the many ass shots of Lyn in Xenoblade Chronicles X? Wait, like in cutscenes and stuff? I don't even remember if that was in there. Why would Nia be Guzma? She's literally older than, like, most of the cast. I have no idea what you're talking about. Being like Nia's a kid. She's not. She's genuinely not. That's the case. I don't remember you, quite frankly. I'm just gonna do that. Not underneath the crazy benches. I'll do that as well. I'll do. I need to remember you. Arena, you know, Arena is like your one healer in Xenoblade Chronicles X, so she can be a pretty good supporting party member. But as a character, I wasn't big on her. And, you know, her model and stuff, I'm honestly not big on her design. There's just, like, something about it that's just odd. I don't know. It's like, what do you mean I can't escape reality? What are you even talking about? She's older than most of the cast. Is an ageless blade. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. I don't know if you're messing with me here, Guzma, or what's going on. I don't know what's happening with that. So, you know, Arena's like okay-ish, but you know, I'd probably do that. Honestly, maybe I'd even do that. Yeah, Arena's a healer / supporting character. Is the case. Yeah, I'd probably do that. I don't think Arena's all that great. Is the case. Because Xenoblade 3 operates by different rules. Because blades, as we know them, don't exist within Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Core crystals and stuff still exist. But they're used by Mobius and Zed in a different way. is the case. Plus, she freaking canonically had a kid shortly after the events of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So, like, this argument, it just doesn't hold up. She straight up canonically had a kid shortly after the events of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with Rex, is the thing, you know, is what happened. Like, it couldn't have been all that much longer. Rex looks like he's a smidge older, but not by a lot, you know. Alright, Hayes, I feel like we don't know a whole lot about you. You're, you know, you're positive and, you know, reassuring to people and stuff like that, but, you know, you don't really do much character stuff apart from that. Design, you know, is pretty alrighty, but, you know, I probably would be hard-pressed to, you know, do anything above here, but, you know, maybe something like that. I don't know. You're a freaking creepy bish. I'll put you above Lorithia, but that's not saying much. Like, I hated your boss in Xenoblade X so much. I believe you're the princess of the Rothians in Xenoblade Chronicles X. I don't think we ever even see your full face, though, because you're wearing a mask. So, we don't even really know, I guess. Because, you know, you're all hidden away and stuff. But, I don't know. I'll put you around here, or something like that. I don't know. I'll probably do that, or something. So, there's that. Gabuid? Is that was the name? B tier? Maybe. I'll put her, like, here, maybe. I feel like, you know, we still don't... she's wearing a mask the whole time. We don't really know what the heck is going on. You know? Is the case. What's her face? The flag bish that flags everyone on Twitter and gives everyone a bunch of buffs. Fiona. The Fire Emblem Pegasus Knight. Honestly, that. But yeah. Yeah, that's kind of, there's stuff like that. So there's that. Alright, Uni's really great. I really like Uni. Like, you know, I love how in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, you see the Hyentia as like these super posh and regal kind of characters. And then, you know, Uni's just out here constantly telling you to, you know, shut the snuff up and stuff like that. You know, she's not afraid to speak her mind. I feel like her character could have done keep the eye on the birdie. I feel like the character could have been done a little bit better in terms of, like, you know, here's her plot line of she was alive in a previous life and then, you know, finds out that Mobius killed her in a previous life. So that's gonna take, you know, a lot of effort and doing to overcome this adversity, right? No, immediately beats him the first time they run into him next. So, you know, from that perspective, you know, the character could have been done a little bit better. But honestly, Really great character. Best participant for bar fights. Honestly, you want to go to a bar with anyone here? Like, probably the best character to go to a bar with on this entire list would probably be Uni first, then Nia, then Mithra, then I don't know who. I don't know who from there, but probably something like that. But Uni, honestly, in S tier, I would say. Probably, I'll do that, is what I'll honestly do. Like, I can't lie here. Alright, next up is Ethel. Ethel here. Ethel's pretty neat. Ethel's another cool, badass character with, like, dual swords, and kind of, not necessarily dual swords, but left hand is the short sword, the long knife thingamabob. That is kind of what Shay from Assassin's Creed Rogue would wield. Where it's like, you know, the right one is for attacking and the left one is for parrying. And that's pretty cool. You know, that's pretty neat right there. I genuinely don't know if you're being serious or messing with me, Guzma. Now we're having Pokemon on the list. Yeah, there's let's just put in that, what's its name from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the Violet exclusive one there. Let's put an image of that. But yeah. You don't think so, Regibump? Maybe not. I couldn't help but laugh in so many instances with Uni around. Like, you know, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Uni just brought, like, such joy to my face at, like, so much of the remarks and quick lines and stuff like that. You know, that like, Pyra is a great character as well, and, like, overall as a character would probably go higher up and stuff, but honestly, like, Uni just put so much more joy on my face. Like, she was just such a fun character, let's face it, you know? So, that's why I have that, you know? But that's not even the case, Guzma. That's not even what's going on there. It's not even what's happening. Anyway, Ethel. Ethel's hella cool. Reminds me of Shay with the weapons, because that's the only other, you know, parallel that I can draw with, you know, long sword with one hand and the long knife on the other hand. Did my music stop? No, it's just Theme of Hope from Gates to Infinity, and it's really quiet. So, I don't know, let's just go to this Breath of the Wild remix. Why did Shuffle stop? It stopped shuffling. It disabled Shuffle. Let's put Shuffle back on. Is the thing. Those only 10 clearly illegal. Not that situation. Ethel's really cool. Has been shown to always be cool. Like, from those cutscenes that we got of the attacks on, you know, their thingamabob. Their home base and stuff, when they were young. Ethel's hella cool there. She's like she's a very much Dunban kind of like character in a way, but, you know, different at the same time. Ethel would not be at the top, but Ethel will be up there for sure. I would probably smack Ethel like, I mean, it depends on oh yeah, the outfit, we have to admit, the outfit is hella cool. Like, for anyone who doesn't seen that, let's just see here. The outfit is so dang cool. I guess this is an art that someone made. Like, that's so cool. That's so neato. This is the official art here. That's awesome. You know, I've always said that, oh, I guess I have to turn on my cameras briefly to show the thing about. There we go. I've always said that I love character designs that have, like, drapey bits, you know, whether that be, like, a cape or, like, a long jacket or a scarf, something like that. Those are cool. You have to give brownie points, you know, for that, you know. You absolutely have to give brownie points for that, you know. She's like Edelgard, but cool. Yeah. Is exactly what's going on there. So she's at least up here somewhere. Like, at the very I don't think I'd put her at the top of the top. I don't think I'd do that. I think you go above Morag. I think you do. But, it depends on, like, what we're weighing more heavily here. Like, if we're weighing, like, which character I like better as a character, you know, and how they're shown in the story. Senna. But if we're shifting our priorities and you know, focusing on what I think, you know, most people are figuring this is mostly a tier list on, then they would be shifted. So the only question is, which is the higher priority in this tier? Has to be what people like expect the tier list to be, right? Whoops. I don't think I would switch with Laura, though. I don't think I would. I think that's probably about right there. So yeah, it's just a matter of priorities. If we're talking about, like, just character, then we do, like, switcheroo. And if we're talking about, like, just character, then we'd probably do, like, that as well. Why? Because, well, you know, the reason why I did this was because of, like, character quips and stuff, and just being, like, a super fun character to be around. But if we're talking about overall story is what I mean. Looks like we have both of, Elma's thingamabobs. Yeah, Ethel's the female version of Jin, so her being below Laura makes sense. It makes sense there. Elma is another hella badass character. She's the closest thing that Xenoblade Chronicles X has to, you know, main character, essentially, since, you know, the Avatar doesn't really play much of a role in that, or Cross, as they're officially called. Elma's, I guess I'm getting confused with, like, other silver hair badasses. She's hella cool. She wields dual swords and dual guns, which is hella cool. She has one of the best arts in the entire game, Ghost Factory. Like, if you're hanging out with her, you know, you're gonna be super duper safe. And, you know, if you're building an overdrive build into her, you can do some really crazy things. Like, you can do even better things with Cross, but you can do some pretty crazy things with her and Ghost Factory as well. I don't get to take care of their Guzma. So, you know, she's one of the most powerful characters in Xenoblade Chronicles X. So, you know, if you're hooking up with Elma, you know that you're gonna be super duper safe because she's, you know, insane, you know, is the case. But we also still don't know a whole lot about, there's so many unanswered questions in Xenoblade Chronicles X. Apparently she was the one that delivered Skell technology to humans, but when and what is she, and what is the whole Xenoblade Chronicles X picture? Will we ever have answers? Who knows? So, you know, I'd feel a little bit sketched out being with someone who's keeping secrets, and not giving me a satisfying answer to Xenoblade Chronicles X after 7 years, you know? So that's a little bit of a turnoff. Like, we gotta be real there. But, Elma is a CIA agent. Could well be, is the case. Alright, Guzma, take care there. I appreciate once again the generous mad ladness there. Factory isn't all that good because of lower buff strength, but it can save the homies if used at the right time. Yeah, it's not like the best art in the game, but it's good. Like, look, it's good though. It's pretty nice, especially if you're doing overdrive things with it. Is the case there. Also, can I just one thing that I don't think I've ever mentioned this on stream before, but my personal favorite skin tone is like a really nice brown kind of thing. In my opinion there. It's not weird to say that, right? Like, something like Elma has, something like Fire Emblem Three Houses Happy as another good example. Like, I think that that's hella cool. I wonder if I inherited that from my mom, because my mom was always like, oh, if I could have chosen any skin color that I could have been, it would have been like a nice brown, and my mom always insisted that's like the most beautiful skin color. So maybe I freaking inherited that from her. So, you know, because that's the way that my mom feels, maybe that's the way that I feel. But yeah, you agree that's why Greek women are best. Yeah, isn't it great? So, you know, in my opinion, personal favorite skin tone, her other form looks like it could use some sunlight. The hair is pretty cool in the other form, but, you know, it looks, you know, if you see the actual form in game, it looks like it's gonna get freaking glitter everywhere, and it's gonna be a massive pain to clean up. You know, when you've got, like, glitter all over the place. You gotta pull it like a freaking vacuum. And just, like, get all the glitter. I assume that your hair would be given glitter. It's just a weird effect. But, you know, that's just the impression that I get here. So I would honestly put Mimia's own form Elma above alien form Elma, to be fair. Someone will probably take that out of context. But to be fair, it is the correct opinion to like Tanlays. Okay, so it's probably not too controversial to say, right? It's probably not. So Elma's not gonna be at, like, the top. She's keeping some secrets here, and I don't like the dissatisfying end there. But Elma is gonna be at least here, I think, right? Something like that. But then, I don't know, that... the freaking... You're so pale, you're gonna get glitter all over the place. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. You know, whenever I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, whenever it would give you the option of Mimia's own form Elma or alien form Elma after beating the game, I would always feel like alien form Elma is like the more right thing to do, because it's like, oh, you're letting her be herself, not just, you know, be the robot thingamabob. But you know, I don't necessarily think that I preferred it. We should probably never make a Pokemon trainer waifu tier list, though. Cruiser might not like it. Oh, jeez. I mean, Pokemon is where things would get, like, really, sketchy there. It's controversial enough for Twitter, but that requires you to care about the opinion of Twitter. That's fair there. Alright, next up is Celica. I'm remembering almost everyone's names except for Laura for some reason. Celica's pretty neat. I thought Celica was pretty darn cool. I do have to admit. There's probably not a whole lot to talk about in regards to her character, but I think Celica's pretty neato. I think I would put her above freaking Glass Pandoria over here, even though I like Pandoria's character better. I don't think I'd put her above Morag, though. I don't think I would. I'd probably do something like that. Next up is Bridget. So, the hair effects are hella cool. You know, let's face it, the hair effects are hella cool. But, you know, the crystal parts of her body, it's kind of like, it kind of looks like Nimue's does in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Except, aren't there sharp bits? Hold on. Xenoblade, like, as it goes up the forearms. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Bridget. Aren't there sharp bits? Okay, it's spelled with the, H there, if I recall. Like, this was one of the character designs that had, you know, people on Twitter in a lot of an uproar, considering what the design is, essentially. Okay, but no, it looks like it does continue to be flames. It's not like sharp edges. Okay, so you don't have to worry about getting stabbed, and you're the one that has, like, the actual whip swords, which is hella cool. You're, like, freaking... Oh, yeah, there's that we were talking about earlier. The Xenoblade 3 uploads. I guess this will go in the Xenoblade series as well at this point. But yeah, so don't have to worry about getting stabbed. You are like Brock from Pokemon, though, where you open your eyes once during one super serious cutscene, which is pretty darn cool. But otherwise, it's constantly eyes closed. And I feel like if I was trying to, you know, be serious with someone that constantly closed their eyes and never once opened them, I'd be like, wow, that's weird. I feel weird about this, you know? So there's that. Bridget is hot, but not in the right way. Yeah, I mean, you know, in the quote-unquote right way is something that I think they tried to play into, but I feels kind of strange in a way. Plus, you know, constant eyes closed. It's like, what the heck? So, I would probably... Sorry, Bridget. I'd probably do something like that. Is what I'd probably do, honestly. Is the case. One of your things getting sketchy with Pokemon according to some dialogue that people may be misinterpreting. Lana and Mallow, and I assume Kiawe could be as old as 19. Maybe you can buy Mallow, but you're not telling me Lana is an adult? My goodness gracious. And is Lily really just 12 in Sun and Moon there? Alright. I think I've mentioned it already, but I'll mention it again. We're not dealing with the freaking weird situation that's going on with Xenoblade 3 Ages, first and foremost. We're exempting that here. First up is Ashira. Ashira has a hella cool weapon. Lone Exile is a hella cool class, but she's a little bit of a psychopath. She's a little bit crazy. You know, you know, if we're rating this tier list in the sense of, you know, getting things on, I feel like she'd be way too much of a lunatic, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, I would be way too intimidated. I would be just like, what the hell? No, stay away from me. Honestly, that's what I would probably do. Ashira is pretty cool. She is hot, though. I'll do you the service of this, though. But I think she's too freaky, is the thing. She's a bit too much of, like, a war-centered psychopath, is the case. Then we have Alexandria here. Now, you know, I think one of the, memes in my folder for going live here, one of my Xenoblade 3 ones. Do I have it handy here? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Like, we have to be real here, okay? I guess this was like a screenshot from like some VTuber stream or something like that this was from originally. I just found it when I was browsing through The only time I'm ever on Reddit is looking for memes to add to my folder, and I found this from that. So I guess there was some, like, cat VTuber that was doing that. And because of that, I don't think I'd ever post this in a going live notification. Because this is probably someone else's content. Yeah, Xenoblade 3 loves its ass shots, is the case. But, yeah, anyway, I thought that was pretty funny there. I know that Alexandria is, like, the youngest character, I think, that's recruitable in the game. But again, we're not dealing with the... Assuming that this is exempt of weird age thingamabobs. The doggy's twitching in her sleep again, probably dreaming about running. I would probably... Maybe that. Maybe something like that. Maybe. Along them lines. Did we ever even recruit Alex in Xenoblade X? I don't remember a whole lot about you. I remember your name, which implies that maybe I did recruit you. Or maybe I was just looking up all the recruitable characters in Xenoblade Chronicles X and remember that. And somehow still forgot Laura's name. I think you're a mediator in Xenoblade Chronicles X. Wait, speaking of no. The mediator in Xenoblade Chronicles X was Hope, who isn't even here, I don't think, is the case. Oh, it was Alexa. Okay, I wasn't quite 100% there on the name. Gosh dang it. Really? B or A? I don't really know a massive ton about her. I don't know. I'd probably do something like that. I don't know. I think I need to know more information. I need to continue more in the Xenoblade Chronicles X playthrough to properly know. So maybe my opinion will be drastically different knowing more. But as is, I feel like, you know, I'd probably just do something like that, honestly. But yeah. She likes skells like Lynn. She might be clumsy or something. She's got dumb abilities. Relying on a skell. Okay. Just tell me why. So that's actually how it ended up being, huh? Again, I would think about doing a switcheroo. I would think about it. But I feel like after replaying Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on the channel, just like, you know, reconsidering the story and stuff, and, you know, after playing it initially, I got, like, a newfound appreciation, especially after, you know, really delving into Torrent the Golden Country, you know. Definitely a newfound appreciation there. So yeah, I guess, you know, it's been scientifically proven now that I'm a freaking bland basic bish, is the thing, I guess. Is what it is. You are correct, no need to rethink a perfectly valid judgment. No, there was a side quest involving a crap rifle, only for that rifle to be crap and effectively a waste of time. Oh. Again, we might continue with X one day, if I'm feeling spicy. Because it's fun, you know? And after playing Scarlet and Violet with its hella unoptimized open world, like, I've been very... I hate how I open Steam through here, and then it's just over here. Anyway, with the freaking mess of that... Oh my goodness, my computer's being so laggy. Can I not even scroll through my game library? Oh my goodness. Oh my... Anyway, with what a open world mess Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is, there have been so many times that I've been tempted just to go here and just, like, boot it up again, you know? Just go at it yet again, you know? It's tempting. Maybe the day will come. I have too much on my game schedule plate right now, but one day may happen. One day may happen. Should I save it and put it in, like, one of my Xenoblade folders on my computer? Say that this was the historic tier list on the 2nd of December here. Is a thing. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of wacky uploads coming up here. Should I still upload this as part of the Persona series? Or separate from it? I wonder. Like, should this just be Persona 5 part whatever the heck? Or just be like Persona 5 Royal ... question marks? Something like that? Or should it just be like a standalone thingamabob? Probably just standalone thingamabob, I think, right? But yeah. Just play Xenoblade Chronicles X and call it Pokemon Scarlet Part XC. Yeah. That's what we should do. And the graphics are so dang beautiful in this. This 2015 Wii U game. Like, I'm running a couple minor graphic enhancement thingamabobs on this. But not a lot, you know? Just some very minor detail kind of things. And this game, so beautiful, you know? Put this in your Xenoblade Chronicles X playlist as the finale. It's a dissatisfying odd number of videos right now. It could become an even number. But then it wouldn't be able to be, like, series playlists anymore if it's in other things. Well, the complete Xenoblade Chronicles playlist of, like, every Xenoblade Chronicles thing I've done on the channel in order isn't a series playlist, so that the individual ones can be. So since it'd only be in one series playlist, it would actually be fair game. And that'd be 142. But again, we might just continue with Xenoblade X one day if I'm feeling spicy. We might continue with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky one day if I'm feeling spicy, as we've discussed. Do I want to, download image? Bam. It's, history has been made here. Bam. It has been done. Well, you heard it here first. Probably separate our meme part like Persona 5 Royal part, question mark, question mark, question mark, ranking Xenoblade waifus. What might be the most fair approach is slap this in the, podcast playlist. Slap this in the Xenoblade Chronicles Complete Series playlist. And maybe don't slap it in the Persona 5 Royal playlist, but slap it into the, like, overall Persona playlist that I've made. Because I haven't, I haven't covered any Persona games other than Persona 5 at this point. But I think that, the day might potentially come, and I've left the option open to myself. So I have a playlist for just Persona 5 here. Which is, just the playthrough of Persona 5, and this is going to be the only series that ever goes in. Look how slow my computer is. I'll, update it and restart after this stream. Thumbnail of Baby D and a picture of Guzma looking shocked. Yeah, that's what to do there. Anyway. So maybe have the Persona 5 Royal playlist be just that. But, the complete Persona playlist that I made, which, is only Persona 5 Royal right now anyway. Because, it's the only game that we've done so far. But if we do other games, like, I've been enjoying Persona 5 a lot. So, like, I'm probably going to end up doing at least Strikers at this point, if not more other Persona games, is a thing. May as well slap it in this. This is going to get, filled with a lot more videos. Like, it's probably going to be Strikers next, most likely. So, yeah, there's that. So I could slap it in that playlist and the Xenoblade series playlist and then, like, the podcast playlist. And then, hey, presto. We have it figured out, right? We did the thing. Alright. Well, are we going back to Persona 5 now? Is that what we're doing? Oh, I put my Switch into sleep mode. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll put it into the Persona 5 playlist. I'll probably just put it into the general Persona playlist. So, yeah. If there's anybody watching this from, like, the podcast playlist and is wondering what the next immediate part of Persona is that they can watch to, see what immediately happens next, just go to the overall Persona playlist rather than the Persona 5 playlist. I guess is the cheat sheet answer there. Oh, we got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 music there at the end. Some Kingdom of Tantal Day music there on the piano. Sweet. All the activities wasted for a Xenoblade Chronicles Waifu Tierlist. Yeah, what would Sojiro here think about that? Alright, let me switch my category back to Persona 5. Alright, anybody watching this as a standalone thing on YouTube after the fact, thanks for tuning in to one of the weirdest videos I've ever put out on this channel. We're switching back to Persona 5 now.